Well, you know what they say, better late than never, although this is 2 years too late, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Clay Helton fired as head coach out at Southern Cal, and yes, this is 2 years too late. Just an abysmal performance this past weekend against Stanford. Listen, Stanford is a terrible team, terrible. They're probably not going to make a bowl game, and they absolutely housed Southern Cal 42-28. Southern Cal fires Clay Helton. They should have fired him 2 years ago. Urban Meyer, when he had another fake health condition at Ohio State or whatever it was, he basically moved out west, went to work for Fox Sports, who broadcasts all the Pac-12 games. They should have thrown everything they had at Urban Meyer and fired Helton right then and there and got on their hands and knees and begged Urban Meyer to come and take that job, but they didn't do it. And now Urban Meyer is busy wasting his time with the Jacksonville Jaguars until his next fake headache comes along and he quits there for quote-unquote health reasons. This guy, how many times is this guy going to retire, Urban Meyer? But anyway, so Clay Helton's out. And people always say the same thing when you talk about firing a coach. Well, who do you think they should get? Ain't up to me. It's not my job to hire the next Southern Cal coach. But here's the deal, and I always say this when people ask about if a coach should be fired or not. If an athletic director or an administration or an athletic department has basically decided that this coach is no good and we want to get rid of him, then you should fire him right then and there. And then you go out and find the replacement. I don't think it makes any sense to wait till the end of a season. If you have decided that we're firing this guy, it doesn't make any sense to wait 1 second. So I applaud Southern Cal for go ahead and pulling the trigger right after week 2. Now, this isn't quite as bad as when they fired Lane Kiffin. You remember that? They fired Lane Kiffin lost, was it to Arizona or Arizona State? I can't remember. But he lost, and they fired his ass right after the game, basically in the locker room, and didn't even fly him back to Los Angeles. Left his ass on the tarmac at the airport. This wasn't exactly that bad. They at least gave Clay Helton 2 days, firing him today, Monday. The news just breaking in the last 30 minutes. So this was a long time coming, in my opinion. Southern Cal has every resource you could possibly want with a football program. They've got talent all around them in the LA area and California as a whole. Look at the number of quarterbacks from California alone, just quarterbacks who are currently playing in the SEC. It's ridiculous. JT Daniels, isn't Bryce Young from there? Where's the ukulele from? Anyway, on and on and on. Money, facilities, tradition, they've got it all. There's no reason for Southern Cal to be struggling in the Pac-12 South. The Pac-12 South is a bunch of deadbeats and the Southern Cal. That's it. Now, UCLA's having a pretty good year this year, but it's been 20 years since UCLA was relevant until now. And Southern Cal's been muddling around basically since the late 2000s, doing absolutely nothing. Oregon, they're okay. You know, they beat Ohio State. Washington, not any good. Barely, they're 0-2. There's nothing in the Pac-12 North. It's Southern Cal and everyone else, really, within the Pac-12, and maybe you throw Oregon in there too. But there's no excuse for Clay Helton being this bad for this long at Southern Cal. So I don't blame the administration for making this move, not one bit. And again, you don't go out and look for a coach before you fire your current coach. So this whole thing, well, who are they going to get? Who should they replace him with? I don't know who they should replace him with. I mean, there's a list of names. You all know them. It's the hot names in college football, right? Your Matt Campbells, your Luke Fickles, the guy from Coastal Carolina. I don't know what direction. Gus Malzahn. I don't know. I don't know what direction they're going to go. I have no idea. And it's not my job to know. They want to do one of these silly-ass search committees or whatever they're going to do. I don't know. But you shouldn't keep a coach just because you're not sure who you're going to hire to replace him. So this was the right move. If they made their minds up that Clay Helton needed to go, then fire him. And that's what they did. Pack your stuff, get out. They've named Donte Williams interim coach. He was a defensive backs coach for Southern Cal. So he's going to be a quote-unquote interim coach for the remainder of the season. And look, Southern Cal's the first major program to fire their coach. UConn got rid of Randy Edsel or whatever his name is. But this is the first major program to fire their coach. So they're going to get a head start on the coaching search, right? They'll have their pick of literally anybody. Not that everyone would be willing to take their job, to take that job, but no other team has an opening right now. So they'll be able to contact whoever it is they want to contact, get a head start on this coaching search. But there's no reason that Southern Cal can't be a legitimate top 10 team almost every single year. Clay Helton was just an absolute abomination and disaster of a head coach. Clay Helton was. So, I agree with him firing Clay Helton. The only, it's 2 years too late. It's 2 years too late. You're not getting Urban Meyer now. Anyway, Trojan man.